What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Soulfly Trades here, back with another banger. And we are about to go over just the weekly watch list for SPY and QQQ that you can take SPY option calls on, QQQ option calls on. You can trade futures, the ES futures, MES. You can trade the NASDAQ, NQ, MNQ off just these two analysis. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So what is the first thing we need to identify when we are looking at a chart? First thing we need to identify is what is the overall trend that we are having. And it is clear from this price action that we have presented to us right now, we are in an uptrend, which means we want to be looking for those long opportunities. Now, since we are an intraday trader, that does not mean we can't get short opportunities, but that will only depend on intraday price action once the market is open and we see what we get. But as of right now, the main thing we want to look for is those long opportunities, because those will provide the best risk to reward. And when we are shorting in a major uptrend, in a macro uptrend, you only want to take those hit and runs. You don't want to be trying to swing those shorts. I'm not saying it can't work, but personally, when the macro is an uptrend, you don't want to be trying to basically go against the uptrend in the macro. You can go against that trend in the smaller time frames, hit and runs, you know what I'm saying, in and out, intraday hits, maybe a day trade, scalp, definitely. But yeah, so let's just break it down. We're looking at QQQ right now. Last week was a pretty weird week last week. Let me show you guys my account. So I passed these on who's that? Yes, I still need help. So I'm waiting on my my certificates for my funded challenges. See, I'm trading on funded accounts anyway. I passed those last week, Tuesday, on one of them. Price action was pretty garbage. That's why, my profits are pretty low, but my losses are also low. That's what really matters. And I can also trade two contracts. I can also only trade two contracts until I get my balance up to 1,500. Then I can move to three. Then I get 2,000, and then I think I can trade 5 after 2,000, after I hit 2,000 in profit. But it's no sweat to me. I was only trading between, when I first started, just getting my feet wet with this company, 1 to 3 contracts anyway. So it doesn't bother me. I'm doing the same thing, This is the same trade. Oh no, this is a different trade. I didn't post that. I don't like that. But anyways, this is some of my stats from last week. Let me show you. I'm trading on 2 accounts. I'm low-key. What trade was that? These were short opportunities, but I was definitely only scalping. I make it my business to journal, so that's why it's just throwing me off a little bit that I don't have any journals right there that day. When I journaled the same day 2 other trades, I probably did journal it and didn't hit save and just clicked off of it, because I do a lot of stuff. But anyways, let's get back to the point here. Just wanted to show you guys my accounts, that they are funded. But long story short, these are my levels here. I find my levels on the 4-hour time frame initially, and then back to the 1-hour time frame. But in order to make it easier on you guys, let me start from scratch. So clearly have resistance here, and this was a previous area that failed from, and then when it broke above this area, it did so with some force. So we're establishing these 2 zones right here already. Actually, I can be a little picky with this. I'm gonna be a little picky with that. Be a little picky. Wait, did I draw it in? Okay. Now this is like the 4-hour. This is the 4-hour time frame. And then we're gonna move to the 1 hour. Boom. Look, we're gonna look what's in the 1 hour. As you guys can see, the smaller we get, the more we can see price action. And you can see we're in that range right here. This is a range. Now, that doesn't mean we can't take trades off this range. We just need to identify key areas in the range where we could possibly take trades from. Ideally, you would want it to break out of this range. You know, maybe pull back a little bit. I see a level at that 549, around that 550. This 554 is a clear level, as you can see. We have multiple, a breakthrough, rejection, you know, a hold, trying to hold, and then when it breaks back through, it breaks back through with some volatility. Then it tries to break through again, but it fails. And we have multiple wicks around this area, so this is indeed a key area where we have buyers and sellers. So we need to be careful about that. Honestly, you guys could copy these levels too, because you could take trades off these levels. Like if this 552 wasn't to hold, you could take shorts on a break and retest under 552 down to this at least to this 550 area. And if you see some continuation into that 549, because it'll have to take out these lows here of that 549 candle. And it could definitely probably smack that. Yep. Previous area, again, resistance, boom, turn into support. Now it's holding above it. It used to be resistance, now it's support. This is a key level. This is a level you can take a trade off of. And you can also short the highs if price action, if we don't get any news strong enough to break through and we just kind of trend under it, you can short that. But it's higher risk, so you want to make sure you manage your risk, because that's a higher risk play. Especially in an uptrend, you're shorting the highs. You don't know if it can break through or not. But that's why you need to wait for some price action to present itself or some volume to be able to determine your next move. I'm going to be very cautious next week, seeing as though we have a bunch of news. 1 second so I can bring that up. We're just packed full of news next week. CPI, PPI, initial jobless claims, retail sales. Yeah, we're packed full of news next week. Consumer sentiment Friday. Yeah, so we have a lot of news. But that's what I'm basically looking for on QQQ. Maybe a bounce around that 5.52 area, shorts around that 5.5471 to 5.56, and subsequently I'll be looking for, well, it's hard to say since we're at the highs. You know, to go long, I don't have any price targets, so I need to wait for that. I mean, you could take that 5.47, I mean, a 5.57, but it's about a 1 to 1.2 risk to reward ratio. Let's go to SPY. Clear level. We have a pretty wide range here on SPY. I have multiple levels I'm seeing here. That's because I'm on the 4-hour too. Let's just clear this. Start from the 4-hour. Work our way up. I mean, our way down. As you can see, my levels clearly have areas where they're reacting to. So I clearly know how to chart my levels. I clearly know what I'm looking for. The problem, when people are trading is executing off these levels once you learn how to find them. And that's why I was telling you guys, that's why I use the simple break and retest strategy. I like my trading strategy to be as simple as possible. I like to use the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. Anyway, what I'll be looking for on SPY, we do have some rejections around this 624 area also. It's an area to be cautious of. I'm just gonna go ahead and mark that in. So yeah, you can look at rejections at the 624 area on SPY. If you want to get a little cheeky with it, you can take calls. I mean, I'd rather take calls above this 624, maybe to the highs, if price action permits. But if we start failing, then I will look for a break under 622.04 with a retest down to 619.38. Literally, you look for like this, the break above, boom, held it and broke right back. Break below, retest, fail. It's literally all I look for with some volume accompanied by it. Let me bring my levels up. See, basically got the same exact levels. I see the same thing no matter what it is. But the key is waiting for the market to open and give some direction, because you could give these, I could give y'all these levels, and come market open Monday, we're not even near these levels. So my advice to you guys will be join my Discord. You guys need to join my Discord. I have the link in my bio for my YouTube. Join my Discord, so because I do live trading in my Discord, so you guys can get live updates of what I'm looking for and trades I'll be taking, so you guys can copy them and make a bag too. But yeah, other than that, that's all I'm gonna be looking for. You can trade options, you can trade futures off of this. But yeah, pretty sweet and simple, short to the point. But other than that, I'm gonna keep it right here. I don't want to keep you guys too long. Your time is of value, and that's why we learn how to trade, so we can make money and go on about our day. We're not here to stare at the screens all day, but if you want to, that's your prerogative. But anyways, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys check out the Discord link in my bio, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.